Today, in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon Se, Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, Organ Donation India Foundation, and Gyan. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic, and today's topic is not only current but very relevant. The topic is online food healthy? But before I will go to the main topic, I would like to inform you that today the world is observing World Rose Day. World Rose Day is annually celebrated on September 22nd in dedication to the welfare of cancer patients. On this day, people around the world work towards bringing cheer and hope into the lives of all those people who have been affected by cancer. More importantly, it seeks to remind patients and their caregivers that they are not alone in this battle against the deadly disease. World Rose Day for the welfare of cancer patients was first observed in honor of 12-year-old Melinda Rose from Canada, who was diagnosed with a rare form of blood cancer known as Atkins tumor. Even while the doctors had only given her weeks to live, she went on to live for 6 months and spent her time bringing joy and hope to all the diagnosed people around her. She reached out to all the cancer patients, sharing poems, letters, and emails with them to bring some cheer into their lives. Her kindness and optimism serve as a reminder to us all that even in the most bleak of all situations, hope is what keeps us going. By offering roses to cancer patients and their caregivers, people extend their concern and offer tenderness in the face of this harsh disease. Media Conference with Lal Goel hopes that by observing this day, more and more awareness will be created for showing kindness to the cancer suffering patients. Now, coming to the main topic, is online food healthy? Online food ordering is the process of ordering food from a website or other application. The product can be either ready to eat food, for example, direct from a home kitchen, restaurant, or a ghost kitchen, or food that has not been specially prepared for direction consumption. From apps that deliver food like Uber Eats to healthy meal delivery services like Factor, the food delivery industry is booming. In fact, according to Forbes, it is estimated that the industry will have annual sales of 365 billion US dollars worldwide by 2030. But when and where did these services become so popular? Believe it or not, historians trace meal delivery services all the way back to ancient Rome. The Romans loved convenient meals as much as we do today, and they called their fast food restaurants thermopolium. They served meals at a counter out of large clay pots that kept the food hot, which is similar to how we serve fast food today. Archaeologists have discovered upward of 80 of these fast food restaurants in sites such as Pompeii. For ancient Romans, the thermopolium was a chance for them to have a hot prepared meal on the go. With otherwise limited access to hot meals, the thermopolium proved to be extremely popular. Pizza delivery may have been recently popularized by college students on a budget, but it actually dates back to the late 1800s. The story goes that on a visit to Naples, King Humberto and Queen Margherita, the king and queen of Italy, decided to forego their diet of fancy French cuisine. Instead, they opted to have pizza brought to them. The chefs topped the queen's favorite pizza variety with mozzarella, tomato, and basil. This was then named the Margherita pizza, and so pizza delivery was born. Around 125 years ago, while under British rule, India developed the Dabbawala meal delivery system in busy metropolitan areas such as Mumbai. In response to the increased number of workers in cities, This meal delivery system relied on delivery men called dabbawalas. The dabbawalas delivered meals directly to people at their place of work. The intricate meal delivery system is now more modern and users take advantage of the service using text messaging and email. The first online food order was a pizza from Pizza Hut in 1994. The online food ordering market has increased in the US, with 40% of US adults having ordered their food online once. The online food ordering market includes foods prepared by restaurants, prepared by independent people, and groceries being ordered online and then picked up or delivered. By the late 2000s, major pizza chains have created their own mobile applications and started doing 20 to 30% of their business online. With increased smartphone penetration and the growth of both Uber and the sharing economy, food delivery startups started to receive more attention. In 2010, Snapfinger, who is a multi-restaurant ordering website, had a growth in their mobile food orders by 17% in 1 year. By 2015, online ordering began overtaking phone ordering. In 2015, China's online food ordering and delivery market grew from 0.15 billion yuan to 44.25 billion yuan. As of September 2016, online delivery accounted for about 3% of the 61 billion US restaurants transactions. In a 2019 market study of restaurant delivery services, the global market for online ordered prepared food delivery was estimated at 94 billion US dollar and is estimated to grow at just over 9% a year, reaching $134.5 billion in 2023. The study defined the market as meals ordered online, which are directly delivered by the restaurant, no matter if ordered via platform. For example, Delivery Hero, or a restaurant website, for example, Domino's. Online meal order and deliveries both carried out by a platform like Deliveroo or Uber Eats. Online orders that are picked up in the restaurant by the customer. It does not include phone orders. According to research conducted by NDP Group, online restaurants ordering is growing 300% faster than dine-in traffic. The first online food ordering service worldwide, Waiter, now known as Waiter.com, was founded in 1995. The site originally serviced only Northern California, later expanding to several additional cities in the United States. We know we should eat healthy, but it is easier said than done. Pleasing picky eaters, working around family activities, and finding the time and energy to cook wholesome food at the end of a long workday, it's no wonder Americans now spend more at restaurants and fast food places than for groceries. One of the newer solutions is the food delivery service. Companies that pack up a box of groceries and the recipes and deliver it to your door. They claim to save you time, and make it easier to feed your family right. Does this really help? After blinging a lot on junk food during the lockdown, Indians are moving towards healthier food options. As a new survey showed that people are ordering healthier, nutritious food in 2021. According to Swiggy's Health Hub survey based on lakhs of orders, healthy food orders saw a jump of 20% in January as compared to December, clearly indicating a resolve to start the year on a healthy note. While most winked on biryani and pizzas on New Year's Eve, the food delivery apps witnessed a rise in healthy meals and even healthy desserts being ordered on the first day of the year. Dishes such as millet khichdi, multi-grain masala dosa, Mexican burrito bowl, Caesar salad, corn sandwich, along with Belgian bites and sugar-free ice cream made for the maximum orders. The food delivery app said in a statement, India's IT hub, Bangalore was crowned as the city with the maximum orders for healthy food in the country. A look at city-wise preference for healthy meals shows that Hyderabad ordered the most barbecue grilled salads, protein, guacamole, bowls, and healthy breakfast. Mumbaikars opted for burrito bowls, Caesar salads, home-style North Indian khichidis, and combos. And healthy eaters in NCR ordered healthy breakfast items such as poha and upma, protein salads, and balls for other meals. The survey also reported that the average calorie count per meal was higher for lunch orders at 360 calories, with people ordering meals with 335 calories for dinner orders. Now, to discuss this very, very important aspect about the online food healthy, is online food healthy? We have a very elite, qualified, those who are authority in this field and those who are connected with the medical field directly or indirectly. The panelist with us, I would like to invite my first panelist guest, and she is Dr. Priyadarshini. Dr. Priyadarshini is the Mrs. World Supermodel 2019. Dr. Priyadarshini was crowned as Mrs. World Supermodel 2019 in a prestigious beauty pageant organized in Bangkok, Thailand. Dr. Priyadarshini, one moment, please. Some technical glitch. This happens once you are trying to. Dr. Priyadarshini was also awarded with the subtitle Miss Goodness Ambassador. She is professionally a doctor running a diagnostic center, Harsha Modern Diagnostics. She is the director of Modern Medical Center. She also the founder of Soul Beat Wellness, a wellness center. She is marketing the natural body products like natural face packs, hair oil, shampoo, soaps, hair conditioner, face bars, etc. She was honored with India Healthcare Award in 2018 at Delhi. She was awarded with Young Business Entrepreneur Award. She is also awarded with Sadhana Achiever Award recently. She is working for women empowerment and women health. More than 500 free health camps and health talks were organized by her in and around Mangalore. She was the president of the first Lady Lion Club Kaveri of District 317D in the year 2016-17. Welcome, Dr. Priyadarshini, on our show. Dr. Priyadarshini, you are well connected with the wellness programs, and you are also being the Mrs. World. You know the importance of the health, and you have also done the program for the women's health and empowerment. And right now, because this online food ordering services are booming like anything, and we have seen how the Zomato and Swiggy is doing well in India. But whether these online food is really healthy or not, we would like to know, is online food healthy? Dr. Priyadarshini, please.
Good morning, sir. And first and foremost, I would like to thank you for giving me one more opportunity. It's a sixth panel discussion with you, and I always feel very happy to be the part of this program. Whatever you conduct, we have been conducting throughout from past 2 years. So today's topic, of course, it's very much interesting. We all ordered the food, but we don't know whether it is healthy or not healthy, whether it is good to order or no, not good. We are just like, away from this topic. If we think deeply into it, there are two things. There are advantages as well as disadvantages. So COVID has brought us in a different platform. What we were, the lifestyle, what we were having before, it's completely changed. Maybe, it's in every aspect we have adjusted with different concepts due to the technologies. Different apps have come up. Online shopping app has come, online food ordering app has come, online groceries. So online food also has become the topmost priority between all of us. So if we consider online food, whether it is healthy. In this topic, I just wanted to take up first the advantages. uh, Usually what has used to happen is during, if in the someone is working in IT, or the completely scheduled pack of work, maybe in a bank or a IT profession, maybe a doctor, in a hospital, in the afternoon they don't get time to just open a tiffin or go home and have a food here. And during that time, what usually they used to do, or we used to do, is like we used to skip our meal, afternoon meal, because we are not able to go home, or we are not able to carry a tiffin. Hot food is not available in the tiffin, which is prepared in the morning. This thing, online app, food app, has brought a revolution. Just half an hour before, just order for it. Within half an hour you'll get, and at least you can fill your stomach and start your work. That is the one advantage I feel. It's really helpful in a professional way, those who are working in a companies or in a hospitals, or in a very busy schedule. So the second thing what I found is, when there is a party at home, night, or even afternoon, we ladies used to sit only in the kitchen, preparing food, serving, food to the guest. And, we are, kept in a kitchen, the corner of the kitchen, where we have to speak to the guests. We have invited the guests, but we will not be able to sit with them and, talk to them. We, give more importance in serving or preparing food to them. So that has made a change of, we ladies also can sit along with the guest. If we order the food from outside, the food will come, and, if we have a better relaxed life. In other way, if I have to say, it has given the opportunity for many of the youth, many of the youth, even though they are, they have done their degree or a good education, nowadays it is very difficult to, get the job. But in this particular thing, many of, like, not that, level they have reached of getting a good education. A simple boy, just past 10th or 12th, financially weak, I'm not well to do, he also can opt for this job of online delivery. So that has created some jobs. As these are the main important thing I feel is an advantage, whereas a lot of disadvantages are there. I was surprised when sir was reading all the, things. People are ready to, even though they have awareness of ordering a good food, healthy food. That is a wonderful thing. The COVID has changed, the concept has changed. Before, what used to happen is we used to order pizzas, only the pastas, pizzas, or the junk food, what the kids used to, say, mama, we want this, that, you please order. But now we think, when we open an app, we see what are the things which are good to the health, and we give concentration to the health. And it is very good thing that we are able to get even the nutritious food, through online nutritious food. But one more thing is, as we all know, once a month, or once in fortnight, we go to the restaurants just to get relaxed, come out of the house. One day we'll have a food outside. So there also in the kitchen, what is happening, just they garnish and give it to you. We have the food, but what we don't know what they add inside the kitchen. Of course, when we go to a restaurant, also the concept is the same. We don't know what is being added, what type of oil is added, whether that oil is good, what type of vegetables preserved or the fresh vegetables are used. Those are the things we don't even know when we go to the hotels also. The same thing comes here also. Even though we order online fresh food, fresh or healthy food, we don't know what are the things added in that. So there are many disadvantages, including, I feel, online food delivery boys are putting themselves in a risk of, reaching the target within this time they have to reach, and they just drive or they just ride their two-wheelers in such a rude or a harsh way. We all have seen it. It's, in one way, it's really, really dangerous. So, and of course, so when we open an app, one more, what we feel is, we, more than a health, when it comes to a youth, Okay, we being a mother, okay, ordering for children, we see what are the things which are good for the health. But when the youth, they order the food, I feel they don't go to give importance to the healthy aspect, whereas they give importance to the taste. No, just something with cheese, lot of cheese, something with the bun, burger, pizzas with the toppings, different toppings. So there is like health issues really seriously connected with the youth, I feel. So these are the things I feel more than advantages, disadvantages are also in a peak way. So, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Priyadarshini, for giving your views. And as Dr. Priyadarshini has mentioned, she has given both the things, the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages are there, no doubt about it. She mentioned that how the ladies of the house were always busy in the kitchen, and whenever the guest comes, it's not possible for them to mingle with them, sit with them. Only just they are busy in the kitchen or serving the food. And nowadays, because of the online delivery system, they just order the food and they are sitting with them. Second advantage, he says, IT professionals, doctors and others who are busy whole day, and they have no time even for eating food, or very little time, and because of this online delivery, they just get the delivery done at their workplace, eat the food, and again they will be busy in their own work. So she, according to her, both the things are there, but she has also mentioned about the disadvantages, and the biggest disadvantage is the junk food, the unhealthy food. And she says that because people are not watching carefully what type of harms this particular online ordering system can do. But gradually now, as I have also read the report, the people are becoming aware and they are ordering the healthy food. And she also mentioned that because we are not aware what type of oil they are using, the raw materials. But that was, according to her also again, that it was a case even in the restaurants when we are going out, we don't know what types of raw material they are using. But she says there are advantage, disadvantage, depends what type of order we are placing. Are we listening to the children for those junk food, or we are modifying the orders with healthy foods? So that depends on us. So thank you very much, Dr. Priyadarshini, for giving your views. Now I would like to invite my next panelist guest, and she is Rotarian Ritika Gupta. Rotarian Ritika Gupta is the CEO of Ma Saraswati Hospital, Mathura. She is a Bachelor in Engineering, IT from Pune University, and an MBA Finance from ICFAI University, Hyderabad. She worked with HDFC Bank in the credit department. She is working closely with her family educational venture of Gyan Mahavidyalaya and chain of industrial training institutes, ITIs. She is keenly interested in fitness and wellness. She is a firm believer of a sustainable lifestyle with fitness for mind and body. She pursues meditation for calmness of the mind and yoga for the fitness of the body. She recently pursued a professional course in the face yoga and have started taking coaching for the same. Welcome, Rotarian Ritika Gupta on our show. Ritika Gupta, you have heard what Dr. Priyadarshini has mentioned, and you being the associated with the medical field, being the CEO of Ma Saraswati Hospital, as well as you are also associated, or rather you have done your bachelor in engineering, that is from IT. So these things, as well as you are also associated with finance. So all the three things combination which you have, and you are seeing how the online food delivery is going on. And in both all the things, one has to see, first thing is as Dr. Priyadarshini mentioned about the easiness of for the ladies. So, and the second aspect is the healthiness. So healthy, easiness, as well as the financial conditions and the financial position. All these things, we would like to know your views of, is online food healthy? Rotarian Ritika Gupta, please.
Good morning, Mr. Goel, and good morning to the fellow.
Rotarian Ritika Gupta, can you just put your mobile in horizontal position, please?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Just 1 second. Good afternoon. Good morning, Mr. Goel, and good morning to the fellow panelists. So the topic that we have at hand today is online food healthy. So I would like to share my views on it. As per me, it is not actually about ordering food, whether it is online or whether it is, you know, a takeaway or we pick in person. It is actually just having a preference of what you want to eat. So food can be healthy or it can be unhealthy. Even when you're eating at home or you're eating outside, whether it is online ordered food or you step out to a restaurant and actually go out to eat. It is solely the choice that we make in terms of what food we want to eat. And online food has made it very easy to access so many options of food available in the market. Given the choices that we have in these days, there are so many options available. And while I'm sitting at home, I am completely done with eating food at home and I want some more choices in my food. I would have the option to consider so many options because online food is available. Otherwise, it may not always be possible for a person living in a metropolitan city to travel across distances and go pick a takeaway or go out and eat. During the COVID times, we've realized that everybody has been cooking food at home, and they are trying to include as much nutrition as they can in all the foods that we used to otherwise eat outside. So like bakery products per se, so we know that we expect that bakery products are supposed to be sweet, and we think that the only bad thing that comes with a bakery product, whether we get online delivered or we step out to eat, is sweet. But that's not the case, because as Dr. Priyadarshini mentioned, we really don't know what kind of oil is going into the food, or what kind of sweetening agents or otherwise any kind of cream that they're putting in. So it is just about the choice that we make, as per me. And when we move from ordering online, instead if we prefer to do that kind of same job at home, we are conscious about what kind of products or ingredients we are putting into any particular food, which is why we try to make it as healthy as we can as per the options that we have available. So as for me, I really feel it's not about the online food. The one thing that goes in online food is the amount of the packaging that is involved. So there's a lot of plastic packaging, which is actually detrimental, because there's so much when a hot thing goes into a plastic cup or a plastic box, we all understand that there's some amount of plastic that kind of melts into the food. That is the more hazardous aspect of online food in terms of delivery at home, rather than what the contents of the food are. Because we really don't know what kind of interaction do food molecules have with the box that it goes into. So my suggestion instead is that, so it is not for the restaurants or the packaging industry to, resort to much more healthier means of packaging, because at the other end, the customers should be willing to pay for it. A plastic box is the most sought after means of packaging for online food delivery, because it is cheaply available, as well as it is, we don't really need a lot of space for holding any kind of packaging like that. But if the customer is willing to pay, then we can move to more sustainable means, which include, including sugar. So there's a lot of bio friendly packaging that is now taken to the market, which is like, they use sugar cane, they use bamboo, and wooden packaging. So probably, online food industry can get more healthier if they try to include those kind of packaging into their food deliveries. The food that we go step outside and eat, and the food that we order online, is one and the same. It's just the means that actually make it whether it is healthy or unhealthy. All being said, so we all know that the most healthiest food that we can all eat is the one that we cook at home, right? But why is it that the onus of cooking and providing food on the table lies only on the woman of the house? I think I would like to urge the men in our Indian society to be more, available and more inclusive in our kitchen habits, just so that, it is not solely the onus of the woman of the house to provide food on the table. Instead of the men actually help in some kind of chopping and, kind of doing aligned activities for cooking, then probably having that kind of healthy food at home will be much more, easy. And alongside that, I think if a person makes a choice to eat outside, then they are somewhat, acceptable to the fact that whatever I'm eating, I cannot be 100% sure of what has gone into my food, but it is something that I've chosen to eat because I want to change my taste palette. I'm, bored with eating whatever food I have been eating at home, which is why I want to opt for an alternative, whether healthy or unhealthy, by ordering in food online. So the healthy alternatives that we supposedly think of are Subway, but yet there has been recent studies or even older studies which say that people actually went on a diet eating Subway, but that's not true, because the kind of sauces that go into actually making a Subway, although, like I say, I was talking about packaging which can be unhealthy, but they ensure healthy packaging wherein it's just paper that their food is packed in. But it's sauces which make it unhealthy. So even if you're ordering healthy food outside, it's yet again your choice that makes it whether it is healthy or unhealthy. Even the supposedly healthy food that everyone thinks is healthy can be unhealthy because of the choices that we made into the contents of our food, is what I'm trying to say. So basically, the conclusion that I would like to make from the entire topic is that, food only, food is healthy when you know where has it come from, which involves when it comes from your own kitchen, wherein you are involved in the end-to-end production of the food to put it on the table. And when you're ordering it online, whether you step out to eat or you order it online, it just depends on the choice of food that you make. It very rarely depends on whether it is being delivered online or not, because it is just about the choice of food that you make. If it is online, then probably the customer should be more open to being available, being averse. They are more averse to paying more for packaging right now, so they should open up to paying more for packaging instead. And the restaurant should have an option of whether they want what kind of packaging does the customer want. And so many online food delivery chains right now, they give you an option of an eco-friendly option wherein they give you a choice of whether you want extra cutlery delivered. So just like that, they should probably also have an option of wherein what kind of food packaging you want. Do you want it, even the foil? We all have been using foil since years. I, as a growing up child, also has been using foil. But foil again is so dangerous. It is only very recently that it has come to notice that foil is also very dangerous. So instead, the restaurants and hotel industry should give the customer an option to actually choose between different type of packaging on the willingness of the customer to pay. So that is what I would like to say about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Ritika Gupta, for giving your views. And what Rotarian Ritika Gupta emphasized, she says the food is not the food is same. It all depends on your eating habits and your choice, whether it's at home made food or in the restaurant. Because homemade, if you are eating unhealthy, then also it's unhealthy. But the only difference is that in the restaurant, as Dr. Priyadarshini also mentioned, that you are not sure about the raw materials used by them. And the difference between a restaurant food where you are going and eating and you are ordering the online, the difference is in the online, the packaging is there the main factor. And she says that because of the unhealthy packaging, like using the plastics or using the films or using even the packaging of aluminum foil, etc. In this, they are very unhealthy. And that's why the food becomes unhealthy. But she says it all depends what type of ordering you are doing. If you can afford and if they are giving you the option for a better packaging, eco-friendly packaging, bio-friendly packaging, then one can order for that. But for that, one has to pay extra. And then the online food will be as good as the food which you are eating in the restaurant. But she says the advantage of online food ordering is that which Dr. Priyadarshini also mentioned, why the lady of the house is always busy in the kitchen, why the man is not contributing, or they are not coming to the kitchen and doing their work. And I'm sure today Roti and Ritika Gupta, what she has mentioned. Her husband might also be listening the program, and from tomorrow or from today afterwards, he will be coming to the kitchen and helping you. But this is the fact that in India, especially, she mentioned India, because abroad, always the boys and the girls, they can work together, whether it's the kitchen or whatsoever the household work. But in India, we have seen, and I have done so many programs in media conference, when the main complaint of the women is that when we are as educated as the boy, why the boys are not coming and doing the work in the kitchen and other works, which is important. And she says the healthiest food is at home because you know what ingredients you are using. And if you have good choice of making the food, healthier food, similar type of food you can have outside, but outside you are not sure what type of ingredients they are using. But she says once the person become bored by eating food at home, he or she wants to go out and change the taste. But again, the online, only her emphasis is that the packaging should be changed. And once the packaging will be changed, then the online food can be ordered, healthy foods can be ordered, and then there's no problem as far as the online ordering food is concerned. Thank you very much, Rotarian Ritika Gupta, for giving your views. I would definitely ask some questions when I will come next to you. I would like to invite my next panelist guest, and she is Dr. Nikita Pawar. Dr. Nikita Pawar is family physician and online consultant at Mumbai. She did MBBS and post-graduation in clinical research and pharmacovigilance. She is also an avid writer for medical magazines and creative artist. She has previously worked in GMC Hospital, Dubai, and is currently attached to a hospital, corporate company and clinics in Mumbai. She is passionate about medical articles writing and always strives to maintain commitment towards achieving professional growth as she transitions from one phase of her career to the next. She has she has also worked as assistant medical advisor for Wokhard Pharma. She liked doing social work and also to serve needy and underprivileged kids. She has already sponsored one underprivileged girl from village. Recently, she won Bharat Gaurav Puruskar Young Achiever for Medical Excellence and Superwoman 2021. Welcome, Dr. Pawar, on our show. Dr. Pawar, you have heard our earlier panelist, Dr. Priyadarshini, as well as Rotarian Ritika Gupta. Both have given their views, and their views are very, very clear that the food of home is the best, but for changing the tasty own birds, one goes to the restaurant, and the difference between restaurant and online is the packaging. And otherwise, whatsoever the restaurants are cooking, the same food they are sending online ordering. Now, you being a doctor and you are associated with pharma industry also, as well as you are doing so much social work, definitely you would like to know from you your views on is online food healthy. Dr. Pawar, please.
Namaste to all, and very good morning, sir, and to all my fellow panelists. And I'm very happy for the beautiful introduction you gave, sir. And I'm always very happy to be on this platform because I've been
Dr. Pawar, we
there as a
can't see
fellow
you.
panelist. Very often.
Dr. Pawar, please switch on your video.
Now?
Yes, please. Yes, we can see you now. Yes, yes,
okay.
please.
Okay. So
No.
I would like to talk on today.
No, again you have gone. Yes, now it is okay.
Now it's okay?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I would like to talk on today's topic, that is online food is healthy or not. Like ordering food online is the biggest business of today. So previously during when it was COVID lockdown times, at that time there was a trend of not ordering food because people were very scared of eating food outside and getting gastrointestinal infections. But now as we see that the latest trend now, when COVID is also now still going on, people have again started ordering online food. So ordering online food is basically it's very difficult to to digest also, because it has got a lot of problems like getting gastrointestinal infections and a lot of stomach ailments, because we don't know exactly what kind of cooking they are doing in the kitchen, what they're saying and what they're serving, we actually don't know. So due to coronavirus, they have like special packaging which they keep on saying like online. But then the issue is like raised whether the packaging is safe or not, whether they are providing the standard protocols, they're maintaining the standard protocols while packaging, and also safety protocols. Are there any toxic chemical materials which are being put into the food items? So there are a lot of queries and questions when we talk about online food. So ideally, the online food should be actually packed in a glass or stainless or any kind of ceramic material. But on the contrary, we see that they give it in foils and such kind of packaging, which we don't know. Maybe which may be because of having a lot of chemicals into them, which may interfere into the food items. So the chemicals come in contact and they get exposed, which are chemically very harmful to the food products. So when we talk about this, like plastic is mainly used in disposable. So when we are using plastics, we should be like, nowadays, as we see that, plastic is not being banned and it's causing a lot of environmental problems. So, and we are trying to maintain Swachh Bharat also. But still, like we see that like a lot of apps are giving plastic food items. And this plastic causes like, this foodware, which is very harmful to the environment and is when it is disposed. And it's important for us to keep us in mind that what kind of food is being used and kept in it. And we should also take care of how long the food is being processed, because if you keep the food exposed for a longer period of time, there may be chances of it getting contaminated and also the interference of chemicals into the food items. Like generally food items are there, like drinks have higher temperature, are more oily and fatty, and this causes like chemical migration when there is a packaging in foils or any other packaging containing chemicals. Now when we talk about larger packing, like which this causes reactions, and also they are likely to get contaminated. So we should basically use plastic films like salads or any kind of breads. Then the food packaging forum says that the companies do not know which chemicals are being used, basically. So early production process that the consumers do not know about them. Now, recent demonetization in India for really, it's been now, if you see in India, there's a lot of demonetization in India, which is really powered. And these applications giving them a new, a new spin for food items like goods. So like recycled materials can be which are used can be contaminating the food because these recycled materials which are used as a packaging, they contain cadmium, brominated flame retardants, which can cause contamination of food. Now it's very important that to increase the transparency about what we use, like what kind of usage of materials are there while packaging, like it's like what kind of chemicals are being processed, so that public can know like what kind of packaging they are doing and what kind of intake of food are we going to take later. Now, many people are lured by the by the applications these days with having a lot of coupons, like coupon offers, and on the website they'll show a lot of offers, coupons, and buy one get one free offers. So this is what happens. A large quantity of people, they get tempted, and at this spur of moment they will order online, okay, we are getting very lazy and we don't want to eat food today, we'll order it online. So these are like temptations which cause us asking food online. And basically we can rely when should we also rely on the delivery system, because we don't know exactly how they're how is the boy how is the delivery man getting the food, and how much time is the food getting packaged and kept in the foil for how much long duration. So that is very risky thing. And basically what happens is this outside food, basically whenever, even if you go out or if you're just you just get tempted because of the fragrance, because of the alluring kind of banners which they put. So we try to take the food immediately, and we want to have it at the spur of moment without thinking of the later consequences. Now, basically, we should know that what we are eating is like right, because exactly what is getting delivered and what we're eating should be right, and it should be used in the same, like it should be like we should be knowing what exactly what is the packaging material, what is being packed, how are the norms and protocols of this of the food getting, is it right or not. So we should know exactly, and how is the personal hygiene of the chef or the cook. That is also very important. Like nowadays in COVID situation, we don't know, because COVID, if the person is having COVID also nowadays, COVID is getting like they are showing no symptoms also. Sometimes the RT-PCR reports are negative. So if the person is cooking and we have the food from him, like cooked by him and eaten by us, so we can get like COVID manifestations like gastrointestinal infections, diarrhea, vomiting. So these are also the this is the like very dangerous and risky factor now we should avoid during COVID times. So very important, like it's the food should be fresh if it is ordered. Like we don't know exactly what kind of banners and exactly what kind of things they are telling us, because they say it very lucratively that the food is like freshly prepared, and it will be like from non-COVID people, and we are using all fresh materials into it. But do we exactly know what is the picture inside the kitchen? So so we do not usually think of all these things, whether we should have it or not, but we crave. Like when we see some kind of lucrative offers, we crave and immediately go to the restaurant and have it. But it's very important to also know that nowadays, with the ongoing COVID situation going on, we should be very safe at considering the situation, because COVID is taking a lot of life. And since the COVID can give gastrointestinal manifestations like gastroenteritis, diarrhea, vomiting. So we have to be very careful. And I think the preparations which are very tempting, like we eat outside, can be made at home also, because now nowadays you have a lot of cookery shows on YouTube, and a lot of different kind of dishes. I know it takes a lot of hard work to cook at home, but I think if a parent or a mother or father, if there's some kind of helping hand or a helping hand, we can cook those dishes at home as well. So we should also put good habits to our children, because like putting good habits to our children is very important to eat healthy, because children have the habit of going to having burgers, having KFC products, having pizzas. So these kind of things, even if they want or even if they crave, we can try to prepare it at home in a very tasty way. So I think eating home food and the right food is very important. And in COVID situations, we should really like stay away from outside eating food, because we don't know what exactly is being prepared and how they are maintaining the protocols. And there is always always a contact between food contact articles, because of the chemicals which are getting interfered with the food items. So we have to be very careful in such times. And it's like we always can rely at our house only, because we know what is exactly getting prepared, what freshness, what kind of cleaning we are doing, what kind of whether we have clipped our nails or not. And we know exactly what kind of we have done our tests and everything, so we know exactly what is being cooked at home. So I think the home cooked food is the best food. And I would like to say that one should remain healthy, one should do proper diet, follow proper diet, exercise regime. And especially in this COVID times, I feel that people should avoid having food outside, because it's very risky. And even if we are vaccinated, we don't know exactly what will be the consequences of having outside food. It will look tempting. We can really just order outside food immediately, but it's like very bad side effect, or lasting side effect, and we have to only suffer at the end. It's not always like eating outside food is bad, but it's better to have home cooked food, because we know what is exactly being cooked. And mama ka food is always the best food, which is the bestest food in the world, I feel. So I think we should keep all these things in mind, and we should really try to have home food, and not to order online food. because I feel it's very unhealthy and risky for our health. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nikita Pawar, for giving your views, very strong views against the online food. And she mentioned that the same thing what Dr. Priyadarshini as well as Rotarian Ritika Gupta has mentioned. And she says that the online food, you are not clear what type of raw material ingredients they are using. So it can be very, very unhealthy. But she added few things. First, she says that because of the COVID time, you don't know the person who is preparing the food or who is delivering the food. They might be symptomatic COVID carriers, and they can pass the COVID to you or some diseases. So she's against, and she also, as Rotarian Ritika Gupta mentioned about the packaging, she also said that the packaging are very, very harmful, very dangerous, which can create lots of infection. And she mentioned that these packaging should be avoided. Otherwise, it is chances of infection. But what she is emphasized, she says that the food should be cooked at home. And for that, she, like Rotarian Ritika Gupta wanted her husband to work in the kitchen. She wanted her parents to work in the kitchen. So I think today's all the young girls wanted that their parents and the husband should work in the kitchen, and then they can enjoy, or they can work very peacefully. So if this is the case, then definitely, according to them, the home food is very good. And she says the mama's khana is the best food. Yes, mom's food is the best food, but who is going to cook every day and who is going to serve every day? That is the question, because in Indian family structure, the man prefers not to work at the kitchen. So this, again, unless we will not have that much awareness. But the problem is, again, coming to the same, whether the food is healthy or not. And what she says, that unless the ingredients, the persons who are cooking the food or those who are delivering the food, they are not all proper, we cannot say that the food is healthy. And that's why, according to her, the online food is not at all healthy. One should eat. And especially during the COVID time, which is still going on, they should eat food at home. Thank you very much, Dr. Nikita Pawar, for giving your views, strong views, definitely. Now, my first question goes to Dr. Priyadarshini. Dr. Priyadarshini, this question we have received from one of our viewers, and he was a panelist also in one of my program. And now I am starting this new thing. Once you receive our flyer, or once you will be knowing that this program is going to take place next day, you can send a question. And if the question suits the topic, we will definitely put the question, and we will give the credit to you that this question was sent by you, so that you will get the answer from the esteemed panelist. Now, the question is from Mr. Dulichand Karil. He is the All India National President of Bharatiya Swarnkar Sangh. And he has sent a question, and according to him, the online food is definitely not healthy, as many of the products are inclusive of preservatives. Dr. Priyadarshini, I remember I have done a program of this beauty products with you, in which you said that the organic beauty products are those where no preservative is used, and you also mentioned that it is not possible to have any beauty product without preservative. Now, what he says, that even the food which you are getting at home, delivery, they also include the preservative, and that's why it's very harmful. Do you agree, Dr. Priyadarshini, or not?
Yeah, very nice question, in fact. Preservative, if it is if you're ordering a food from far away, if I'm sitting in Mangalore, I'm ordering a food from Mumbai or Delhi, something cookies or some food which is not available in Mangalore, but I'm ordering it from quite far place. That time, of course, they will add preservative. If I'm ordering from nearby restaurants, there won't be preservative as such. The food preservatives, I don't think so, because we'll be using it or eating it within 1 hour or two. I mean, it depends. Like, so preservatives, of course, yeah. When you order online, some of the food, kids just see it in an app, and Mama, we want this type of food which is available in Chennai or Hyderabad. We want that time. If we order, I think it is a very risky thing. There will be definitely preservatives will be added, because of course the duration and reaching here will take long time, a week or 3-4 days or a week. So of course, I mean, I prefer, it's not better not to order such long distance food items. And even now, if I have to speak about some of the condiments or the masala powders from faraway places, okay, I wanted to have the masala powder which is manufactured or produced in Delhi, and I love that, which is not available in Karnataka. So if I order such things, and it is always better take a proper opinion from them, whether it's the preservative been added, whether it is without preservative, whether those product can be kept for so many days. So these are the things which we have to clarify before we ordering. And nearby, so ice creams and all, okay, these are kept in a particular temperature, so I don't think much preservative is added in that. And cookies and all, I think coconut cookies or some things, they are not we use more than a week, because coconut has its moisturizer. So some of the food items, we have to intelligently, we have to decide whether it is good or not, and what are the problems we are going to face. This is what I feel, sir.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Priyadarshini. You rightly said, like today, nowadays, people are ordering for Hyderabad biryani. Hyderabadi biryani, everybody knows it's very, very famous. But definitely, Hyderabadi biryani, if you are ordering sitting anywhere in Delhi, UP, or even Mumbai or Karnataka, they will be sending, and it will take 1 day or 2 days or 3 days for the delivery. Definitely, they might be adding some preservatives, which are very harmful for the body. So you have to make sure that there are no preservatives have been added. Then only you order. Otherwise, don't order.
I wanted to add
Yes, please.
there are chapatis and parotas which half cooked we get. They definitely add preservatives in that. Chapatis and parotas which can be kept for 15 days and all those things, they say even it is not required you to keep it inside the freezer, you keep it outside for 1 week or 15. Even we get it in Mangalore, but I don't prefer it. Such thing is always better. We have to avoid it, and even we have to give education to our children and relatives or friends not to buy these things.
Okay, thank you very much. It is a good news for me also, because I am not in a place at my home, so I was tend to eat something like that, but now I will not eat. Thank you very much, Dr. Priyadarshini. Now my question goes to Rotarian Ritika Gupta. Rotarian Ritika Gupta, there were media reports that the delivery boys of online food are doing lots of hanky-panky things. They are eating the food delivery things out of something, and then they are delivering. Don't you think that these types of things are very harmful, because you don't know how he has eaten or how he has touched with his dirty hands and the leftover or whatsoever, and that he is delivering to the home. So there is no security for this, or no safety measurements how to ensure that the person has not eaten and that he has given the leftovers to your household. What you say about this, Rotarian Ritika Gupta?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Mr. Goel. So I think there is always a risk involved whenever you have a third party involvement in bringing anything at your end. But in this case, probably the only reliance that you can have is on the hotel that you are ordering from, or the food company that you're ordering in from. And what are their hygiene norms like? So if they're really ensure very good packaging, where if your So if I'm talking about the traditional Indian food that we order in from outside, wherein there is a gravy and there are some breads to go along with it, they ensure very good packaging of the food. And there should be some kind of a seal which can ensure that the food has not been tampered with. So it's only that the packaging has to get more sturdy so as to ensure that there is no third party touching, or there's no contamination of the food while on the go. And probably I think it is for this reason that when there is a stipulated time wherein, so even whenever I order food from Zomato or any place, there is like a distance symbol that there is a GPS which is installed in the Zomato app as well, which shows the exact moment to moment update of how and when your food is accepted by the restaurant, and when is it under process, and when is it being handed over to the uh, delivery boy. So I think probably that it adds a lot of security, because you are constantly aware of how much time would probably a person take from reaching from one place to the other, to your end, to deliver. So I think that is one very good means by which they are trying to kind of ensure that your food is not contaminated on the way.
Yes, I think we have. Uh, I think we have lost her, Ritika Gupta, Ritika Gupta. Anyway, she has made a point, and the point is very clear, and that is that we should have a seal, the tamper-proof seal on those where the hotel, so that no one can tamper that seal. It should be a tamper-proof seal. Although she's not there, but I would like to just in lighter vein, the best way is to ensure that the food which you are receiving is perfectly all right.
I'm sorry, I got logged out.
Yes, you are logged out, but you have made a point that there should be a tamper-proof seal on the food packaging, so that then one can. But in a lighter vein, I can give you the best suggestion should be, as you have mentioned, why not send your husband to get the food from the restaurant, so there will be no tampering. Although he
So
might
I am
pretend.
really not targeting any particular segment of people for any kind of point that I'm putting across right now, but this is a very genuine point.
Yes,
Wherein,
yes, you are you
where
are you are you are totally right that because of the tempering of the food can happen anytime. So one has to be very, very careful, and the government should come out with some ideas or directions to these food delivery companies to put certain types of seals which one can ensure. Like we have seen many packaging where they mentioned that if the seal is tempered, please don't use this. Similar type of things can be done. Thank you very much, Rotary Ritika Gupta. Now my question goes to Dr. Pawar. Are you there? Dr. Nikita Pawar, please switch on your video if you are there. No, I think she's some problem on the internet going on. Anyway, now my question goes to Dr. Priyadarshini. Dr. Priyadarshini, the difference between eating in the restaurant and the online is one. If you are going to a restaurant, you know that this restaurant has been certified by the government. As per a rough estimate, about 56 licenses are required to open a restaurant today in India, especially in Mumbai. I know about Mumbai. So there are lots of control by the government, different government agency, whether it's the BMC or the health department and whatnot. But for a kitchen, a ghost kitchen, which is very common now, somebody at home cooking the food in a kitchen and sending it online delivery, and the people are appreciating because of the taste. But there is no control as far as on those ghost kitchens about the quality control. So whether these control are required or not, and that's why the online food which we are getting, we are not sure that whether this is done in a hygiene condition or not. What you say about this, Dr. Priyadarshini?
A very good question. In fact, so even I wanted to discuss on that. Nowadays, since after the COVID, once the lockdown was announced by the government, this online food was one thing which was announced in such a way that these are the things you have to follow. These things are closed. Gym is closed. Swimming pool is closed. Everything was closed, and online food is available. So that made a question mark, like, in what term they have given this liberty to online food supply is available. That is where people have taken it so lightly. I mean, in such a way that online food is available, be sitting at home without doing anything, relax and enjoy your COVID lockdown, and you order. This has created one more thing. So if I have to know whether to mention it a good or bad thing, I don't know. In one way, if I have to see, some of the housewives, sitting at home, they've tried cookies, they've tried ice creams to do, they have tried homemade rotis and kind of things, and started online food supplies. So in one way, it is okay, it is empowering, they are able to earn something sitting at home. In other way, without any license, just connecting to the Zomato, Swiggy, these apps, and just spreading the advertisements in Instagram or your WhatsApp and no other things. I think it's risky. We don't know, because license, as you have said, it is 56 license they have to get to to quality control, food quality license they have to get. So many things are behind, and these small as you said, they prepare it at some home and some places and don't know what is hygiene and all those things. And it is always important, the government have to do some rules behind that. Such online orders, anything has to be done, they have to take a permission from the local authority, or government has to implement some rules for this kind. Otherwise it's going to be a mess, and or it's going to be a very hazardous thing on health. And we have to think more about our children, because now they are just addicted. Mama, we don't want this food, you just I want to change today, just order online. They take our phone and they start themselves start ordering. It has become a risky, it's scary for me now when I think maybe after 10 years what is going to happen. No, these are the things which has to be controlled by the government, as well as being a responsible citizen, it's our duty also to control on these things. So
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Priyadarshini. You rightly said that the children place the order by taking the phone. So basically, the entire family is involved today for online food because they want some change, and especially during the COVID time, when during the lockdown, when everyone was at home, they wanted to eat more and more things, and definitely it was overwork for the lady of the house. But then that's where the online thing has opened. One point which you have made is very clear, that when everything is shut during the lockdown, why the online food delivery was allowed by the government. See, for that, one can understand the government wants revenues nowadays, and that's why even the liquor business was first to be opened than anything else. And we have seen how long queues were there. So one reason might be there. Now, when you have put the thing about the money part, my question goes to Dr. Nikita Pawar. Are you there? Dr. Nikita Pawar, have you joined? Please switch on your video, please. Please switch on your video.
I think there's some network issue.
Yeah, your issue is there. Dr. Nikita Pawar, okay, your video is not on, but we can hear your voice. So my question to you is, Dr. Nikita Pawar, we are allowing the unknown persons in the name of delivery boys who are, it came in the media also that they are doing some rude behavior, as well as the unwanted new delivery boy at your house because they are coming to your home. Do you think it's also a very risky thing to allow a new person or whenever you are ordering the online thing? Okay, there are few chains who are doing the checkup. They are background checkup. But what about so many mushrooming online delivery which is going on in India? What you say about this, Dr. Nikita Pawar? We'll prefer if you can switch on your video also. Okay, please go ahead. Dr. Pawar, are you there? Dr. Pawar, can you hear me? No.
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
So please reply.
So, nowadays, food is actually not good, as I said. But if you see in the news also, there were the latest news reports that the people who were coming to deliver online food, they were like, harassing the customers, and, they were physically abusing them. And it's very risky, in fact, because sometimes what happens that it's always not the mistake of the person, like, who's coming to deliver. It may be that, that when we take the order, we may be having a different kind of mood. So because of a different kind of we may, because they get late food, or the food is not good, or the fragrance is not good, so we like, get very.
No, Dr. Pawar, we can't hear it clearly because of your. We will come back again. Try to either, if you have been connected with other devices, you can connect yourself. Otherwise, see to it that no other device should be connected on the Wi-Fi which you are using.
Yes.
Come to your mobile network if you are using your Wi-Fi, because that is a problem. Not in India, everywhere.
Network only.
So try. I think there is some problem. So try to see if you can change the place where you are, so there the network is good. You are from Mumbai. If Mumbai is facing such type of network problem, what is going to happen in a small city? Anyway, my question goes to Rotarian Ritika Gupta, because Dr. Nikita Pawar is not clear in this. My question to you is, when what Dr. Priyadarshini has raised about, yes, Dr. Nikita Pawar, you are there?
Yes, I am there.
Now, can you just give the answer, because we could not hear properly?
Yes. So what happens, like, when we order? So what happens is that it's not always the mistake of the person who's delivering the food. We put the allegation, this person is like, his mistake is there, and he didn't behave properly. He has not got the food on time rightly. So what happens is that sometimes we get so irritable that we shout over them and we crib on them. So in this way, what happens? There may be arguments between both of us. It may be not the mistake of the person who's delivering. It may be like, because of a rude or angry behavior, he may get sometimes abusive or physically abusive. So, like, last time there was a case where the delivery boy had come and he had physically abused the girl. So we exactly don't know the situation, like, whether the lady, how her behavior was with the person. And they said that the boy was very nice person, because at outlets and nowadays the report of the person delivery boy is always there on the apps, that what kind of person they are and how their nature is. So we can't blame the one-sidedly. The delivery boy has to be, he is the person who is making us, he is very abusive and he is the wrong person. So the thing is, like, it's always on the both sides. I feel the mistake can be both sides, not always on the delivery boys. And there is always on the apps nowadays, there is you get a report of the person also, what kind of person, stars are there mentioned, like what kind of stars are there, as per that rating is given of the person. So, like, in my opinion, and in my, like, I have also ordered sometimes food from out. So I have found that they're very respectable and very humble people. I mean, I have never gone through such kind of things in my life, but yes, there is not a mushrooming of these things, that the people who are there, they can get abusive and we cannot rely on them. If we feel such way, then we can tell the watchman of the building to keep the food to him, if we feel that we are not, in a safe hand, or, we are unsafe towards it. So such kind of safety precautions.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Pawar, for giving your views. Yes, you are right that one should be, they are already been background checked, etc. But we have seen even the Uber and Ola, what has happened to.
And one more thing is very important, that I feel one more thing which is very important is that we should be dressed in a very nice manner, not like, some girls or women, they, dress in a very short clothes, or, something which is very revealing. So it's like, the male people or the men people have the mentality of seeing a person that way. So I think that is also very important. It should be dressed well.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Pawar. Now my question goes to Rotarian Ritika Gupta. Rotarian Ritika Gupta, very recently, our Honorable Finance Minister, Miss Nita, Miss, sorry, what is our Finance Minister has put some levy tax on of online delivery, 5%. And do you think by this levying tax on the online delivery apps, this order system, will create more illegal business, and by this unhealthy food will be delivered because unregistered, those who are not registered, they will mushroom and they will deliver the food to you from the same restaurant which were earlier been associated with Zomato or with other app company, and then you will be getting something unhealthy because it's illegal. What you say about this?
So, Mr. Goel, recently, you're right, GST has been levied on online food delivery channels. And, probably rightly so, since past 2 years, it's online medium of transportation, which has really, really boomed, against all the other sectors, which have kind of, taken the hit of the economic slowdown vis-a-vis COVID. But since probably this was the only booming sector, so the government thought that there is a revenue opportunity in this particular segment of industry, and why not capitalize on it? Yet again, so we do know, coming to the normal food delivery, instead of the food delivery partners, if we come down to say Amazon or Myntra, they are the biggest known companies delivering not just food, just everything to our homes. With these big companies being there, there are still so many other smaller companies that also provide these kinds of services, but still a person is very cautious about who they're ordering in from. Because generally whenever you're ordering online or anything, say for example food or even any kind of garments or anything, it generally is a prepaid order. You prefer to prepay against actually having a COD, because when you have a cash on delivery, there is a certain extra fee that is levied on the entire transaction. So probably if it is levied in the food industry as well, people, since it is something that people are going to consume, they are still going to be very cautious of who they are ordering in from. Not, and just because of if a person is ordering in for say something for 500 rupees, I don't think a 5% tax, I think it would, it was something which is going to be passed on to the customer only. So I don't think a customer will be unwilling to pay that additional 5% if they are willing to pay the 500 rupees worth of amount that they're paying for an order, because the risk involved in kind of getting over, like skipping that 5%, the risk involved is much higher, because you don't know what kind of a person is coming to deliver a food. I don't think I will be willing to accept food from somebody who comes without a proper uniform and without a heat bag in which they place my food. I don't think I'm willing to pay for food to anyone who just comes on a motorcycle and hands over a packet of plastic to me. So still I feel that although there's going to be a parallel industry which is going to start developing because of the taxes being levied, but still a customer who is very aware will be still cautious enough to pay the additional amount and go with the more verifiable and a genuine point of contact, rather than save that 5% and go with anybody and everybody. So that is my opinion of it.
Thank you, Rotin and Ritika Gupta. But there is a correction, two corrections. One from my side. Ms. Sitaraman is our Honorable Finance Minister. Nowadays, because so many changes in the Chief Minister, so we could not recall the names of everyone. Everyone is throwing away their old Chief Minister, bringing the new one. And the correction towards your thing is that this amount, tax amount, is to be borne by the online delivery persons, not by the customer. So that's why I was worried that it should not happen to save that 5%. they would like to do some illegal activities, or those new companies will mushroom whose are not registered for this GST thing, availing the exemption, and that's why the unhealthy food will go. Anyway, thank you very much, Rotarian Gupta. Now my question goes to one by one to all of you. My same question: do you agree that this online food delivery is healthy or not? Dr. Priyadarshini, what you say? And for this, if you have any suggestions for the government and the public, you can very well give. Dr. Priyadarshini, please.
Online food delivery is not at all healthy. It's just we are compromising with the, run what is happening, the situation, everything. We are just compromising with it, but it is not at all healthy. I agree with both the panelists, Ritika Gupta as well as Dr. Nikita Pawar. And it's really a alarm for us to bring awareness in the society, and the government has to take a strong decision on this particular safety and whatever, you have to restrict. You just can't keep open so that everyone, it becomes a habit to all of us to just order and life, goes on. No, in the future, we have to think about our children. They have to have a very healthy lifestyle. They also have to have what we have gone when we were small, when we were in childhood, how we used to love our, homemade food. It should not be it should not bring any kind of, practice in our children. So that is what I want. I feel it's unhealthy food. Online food is unhealthy.
Thank you very much.
It's not healthy. Yes.
Thank you very much. It's unhealthy, says Dr. Priyadarshini. Now my question goes to Rotarian Ritika Gupta. The same question: is it healthy or unhealthy? And just a one-line answer. And what are your suggestions to the government, if any, or advice to public? Rotarian Ritika Gupta, please.
So as per me, outside food is unhealthy vis-a-vis the homemade food, whether it be online or we go into a restaurant to eat it. But as my earlier stand on it, I think it's the packaging that makes the food that comes to our doorstep unhealthy, which is why we can resort to more healthier means of packaging, more bio-friendly means, and probably, the restaurants can give us an option of choosing to pay for eco-friendly packaging by a slightly extra amount, because there is a lot of, probably a box which otherwise comes for some paisa might, come for certain amount of rupees. So it's, if the customer is willing to bear the charge for the eco-friendly packaging, then the customer should have an option. But I don't think that eating solely at home is an option that we can go ahead with, because everybody likes a change of taste. And, however much I say I love home food, but after 2 weeks, I do definitely want to eat an outside meal as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Ritika Gupta. Now my question goes to Dr. Nikita Pawar. Dr. Pawar, are you there?
Yes.
Again, your net problem is there. Same question. Can you just
Yes.
reply if you can? We can't see you, although, but try. Yes, please reply. No, Dr. No, Dr. Nikita Pawar. No, we can hear you, but broken. Just say again. No.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
As per me, like what I said in my previous, that eating outside food is unhealthy, of course. Eating, if someone, if like we really want to eat outside, then the government has to know what kind of people have the checkups, and I think a doctor should be put into the kitchens to monitor the health and check up the checks of the chefs who are cooking, and also the delivery person also. There should be some kind of monitoring of delivery person, that whether he is not eating in the midway, because that way also, like we have seen a lot of news that we are eating a food and then mixing something in the food. So there has to be some kind of monitoring for that as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Pawar. Because we can't see you, we cannot, we can't. So thank you very much, Dr. Pawar. So viewers, you have seen the views are very, very clear. First choice, home food. That is the healthiest food. But definitely you want to change, and for that you have to go out. If you are eating at the restaurant, at least you are ensure that what you are eating at a particular place, you are getting that. But when you are ordering online, there are two issues which have been raised by our panelists. One is definitely the packaging, because you don't know what type of packaging they are doing, and the packaging has plastic or the foil, and both are very harmful. So as one of our panelists, Rotarian Ritika Gupta, suggested, that one should pay more and try to get the eco-friendly or bio-friendly packaging, so that at least it should not harm. And secondly, about the ingredients, but that is common if it is being used at the restaurant or by online. And thirdly, which is very important, is your own choice, because you are ordering unhealthy food. So you cannot blame the online aggregators or the companies who are serving the food. So it all depends on you. If you want to order healthy food, just see that the packaging should be good. You are ordering from a recognized, registered online server. Otherwise, you may land up with lots of difficulties, as discussed today in our program. So thank you. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, Newsgaon se Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, as well as was shown live on Facebook and YouTube. And in our for our evening program, where we call one chief guest whose life become a role model for the youth. And today my chief guest is Mrs. Neeraj Mathuria. She is the head mistress, primary school, Bad Mathura. And because she is in a very young age, she got so many awards for the best teachers, awards from the government. And this, on the 5th of this September, that the Teachers' Day, also she got an award from the government. And so we would like to hear from her about her own life journey and how it can be an inspiring journey for many of us. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Priyadashni. Thank you very much, Rotarian Ritika Gupta. And thank you very much, Dr. Nikita Pawar, for giving your views. And thank you all the viewers for joining us and listening.